In this video, I'm going to show you a sneaky route into the second half of the map here in the Land of Shadow. This will allow you to grab the DryLeaf Arts weapon, as well as other new weapons and items you might want to kick off your brand new playthrough. Alright, let the adventure begin. We will be running through this at normal speed. If you'd like to speed things up via the YouTube settings, you are more than welcome. As you see, we're heading down from the Gravesite plain towards the Scorched Ruins. Throughout this run, I will do my best to miss any mobs along the way. You will be surprised with how hard the smallest little creatures can hit in the shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Here we are approaching our first site of grace at the Scorched Ruins. We will be grabbing, or at least passing, a few key sites of graces along the way, or sites of grace. This will just help you if you do end up dying or falling off a cliff by mistake, just as a nice checkpoint to get you back on track. As you can see, this furnace giant to my right, you want to do your best to take a nice wide berth around these guys. They have a massive aggro range and can do some serious damage. You do not want to stand still around these guys. Here we are approaching our second site of grace. There'll be a couple NPCs here which you are welcome to talk to, but us taking this route won't affect any of the quests that I know of, so you shouldn't be too worried. From here, as mentioned, we'll be crossing the Elak Great Bridge. You will encounter a ballista on this bridge, so I would advise you just to carry on sprinting through on the back of Torrent, head on straight, and the ballistas should just shoot right over your head. This castle right in front of us will be one of the first, if you want to say, more difficult bosses, which some may think lock you out of the second half of the map, but this route, as mentioned, will get you to that side without having to face this boss. Here we have the castle front site of grace. We'll be heading southeast from here and taking a left at the fork. Directly to our left over here are where the cliff faces lie. You can go there directly, but I would advise you just to follow this route and grab the next site of grace as a checkpoint. Take a left here at the fork, and you'll see Michaelis Cross right ahead of you. Another NPC lies here, a very important one with one of the larger side quests. I would advise to make your way back here once you've completed the run and begin your conversation with Thalier. After grabbing the site of grace, we'll head back north towards the cliff face, which we'll be using to take down to the swamp area and essentially opening up the second half of the map. You want to be careful here. This will probably be the most dangerous part of the run, just getting down this cliff face with Torrent. As you know, gravity is the ultimate boss and can be quite surprising with how low the fall may be. That would still end up killing Torrent on the way down. So take the safer route. Slow and steady wins the race. Skip past these frustrating bats. You really shouldn't find any issues skipping past the mobs along the way. You will find yourself stepping on some poison mines here. Just be wary of that and carry on sprinting through to avoid getting poisoned along the way. We now continue on this route east, where we'll be heading towards that vortex or that jump point for Torrent. On my playthrough, you will see that the gust is currently active. On your playthrough, if you haven't been here yet, you will need to break a little rock just behind the vortex, which I will guide you to right away. Here we go. As mentioned, mine is currently active. Yours will be silent. From here, we're just going to jump up this little ledge, and you'll find a little rock formation, a pebble formation. In the center of this formation, you will have a rock that you can break. Just give it a good smack, and you'll see a message pop up that the vortex or the jump point has been activated. Now head towards that and take a boost up the cliff with Torrent. Massive jump. There'll be another vortex here in front of you, and this will take you to the back of the Fort of Reprimand. You'll be demounted here automatically, grab the grace point, and then we'll be sneaking our way through the castle. First things first, establish our dominance in the land of shadow and give this omen killer a good backstab. Bang! And make your way out like you were never here. Grab the side of grace and you're welcome to rest. That should reset the omen killer as well. From here, we'll jump straight out of the fort, where we will grab the next side of grace. This will be the Moorth Highway South. Now we'll pass through that cave that I mentioned, which opens up into a scene here with a ghost flame dragon taking on an army of Mesmer's knights. I would advise you to skip this. You're more than welcome to hang out and watch the show. You can kind of guess who wins the fight, but you can return to this battle at any time and take out that dragon. You can now just continue to follow the path north past the Moorth ruins here to your right. We will be returning here very shortly once we grab a couple key items to begin the Dryleaf set quest. Head on past this Black Knight. We'll be jumping up the small little ledge here and doing a 360 towards the side of grace. Or 180, rather. Get my terminology right here. Here we have Needle Knight Leda, who you met at the Mog Ruins before entering the DLC. As you can see, we are nicely behind that initial castle. Here you can speak to Needle Knight Leda and ask her about the Silent Monk. This won't affect the quest, but provides some interesting lore. After chatting to Leda, head on over to the shiny over here, grab the monk's missive and the new gesture. Now that you have your message as well as the gesture, let's head on over to meet Dane. We did run past him already, but we wanted to come and grab this because we do need it to kick off the quest. You can see Miquela's cross right in front of you. What we'll do now is set up your gestures. Hey! Find a new one here. May the best win. Gesture out in front of Dane and get ready for a battle. Alright, here we go. One thing I can tell you is be aware of his Ash of War. Palm Blast. You'll see him charging up his palm. That attack has incredible amount of poise, almost unbreakable, and will do some serious damage. We're utilizing the Beast Claws, which you can find very early, right next to the starting point, in fact, in the Gravesite Plain. There's the Palm Blast. Do not challenge that. There it is again. Give us a little heal. We'll get our special off. Tasty. Ooh, there's the bleed proc. Love those. Okay, let's not get greedy. Special. And that should get us the kill. Awesome. We get the win. And as we get phased back into the regular environment, we should have both the DryLeaf Arts as well as Dane's hat in our possession. There we go. DryLeaf Arts and Dane's hat. Super, super cool little piece of a larger outfit. And there we have our brand new weapon, the DryLeaf Arts. Don't forget, you obviously have single hand usage, power stance that in both hands, and you get the full combos. Very cool. Charged attacks are powerful, and then you have your palm blast as well. Alright my soldiers, I hope this video helped. If it did, feel free to leave a like and a subscribe. We also do have another video up on the channel which details a few builds or variations for the DryLeaf weapon set. See you for the next one.